All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep into the eggplant playbook. We're going to break down exactly how to get those huge, incredible harvests. You know, the ones with those glossy, heavy fruits you see in pictures. And yeah, we'll cover how to do it even if your climate is kind of tricky. So let's start with something I bet a lot of you have felt. You see those gorgeous purple flowers pop up, you get all excited, and then nothing. Or, the plants just kind of sit there, the fruits are tiny and bitter, or maybe the flowers just fall right off. It's a super common frustration with what can be an amazing plant, but man, it can be demanding.
But here's the good news. All of those problems, totally solvable. And that's what this explainer is all about. This is your playbook. We're gonna walk you through step by step, from the tiny little seed all the way to a massive harvest. So you can turn that frustration into, well, a whole lot of eggplants.
Okay, let's get right into it. The journey to a huge harvest, it actually starts way before you even think about getting your hands dirty. It all begins with what is, seriously, the most important decision you're gonna make: picking the right kind of eggplant to grow in the first place. Okay, so take a look at this. What's so cool here is how it just makes it all make sense. I mean, if you've got a small pot on your balcony, right, and you try to grow one of those giant globe eggplants, it's just not gonna work. You'll get a sad, stunted plant and maybe one tiny fruit. But if you pick a mini or dwarf variety for that same exact pot, you're not settling for less. No way! You're actually setting yourself up for a huge, non-stop harvest. So this isn't just a list of eggplants, it's a roadmap for matching what you've got to what's going to give you the most food.
So, here's the big takeaway. Tip number 1, matching the variety to your climate. It's not just a nice to have, it's everything. It's the foundation. Think about it. If you pick a plant that's already built to handle your summer heat or the common diseases in your area, you've just eliminated its biggest struggles before you've even planted it. That's a huge win, and all that saved energy, it goes straight into making more eggplants for you.
All right, section 2. Let's talk about getting from seed to seedling. Look, a strong seedling isn't just about making it to transplant day. It's about building a little powerhouse that's primed for an absolutely explosive harvest. If you nail this part, your plants will have all the energy they need to just produce and produce and produce all season. Okay, this number right here, 27 to 30 degrees Celsius, that is your secret weapon, your golden ticket. Why? Because eggplant seeds hate being cold. If the soil is chilly, they'll just sit there or sprout super slowly. But give them this warmth, they pop right up, all at the same time. That head start is massive. It means less time struggling and more time growing, which gets you to a harvest weeks earlier. This one little detail can literally change the size of your entire harvest. And this just shows you the night and day difference. It's wild. A simple seedling heat mat, it's a total game changer. You're not just getting sprouts faster, you're getting a whole tray of strong, even seedlings. And that uniformity is so important. It's like having a whole team of star players instead of just one or two carrying the whole team. Every single plant is ready to go out there and be a top producer.
So here's the process. And you want to follow these 4 steps pretty closely, because every little detail here is about one thing: eliminating stress on those baby plants. Using a sterile mix, that stops diseases before they start. That little tip about covering with vermiculite, perfect moisture control. See, every stressor you remove means the plant can pour all its energy into building a powerful engine, strong roots and leaves. That's going to churn out fruit for you later on.
Okay, so once those little green heads pop up, the game changes a bit. Now it's all about strong light and a little bit of airflow. And this isn't about making them look pretty, this is about building a strong plant. Think of it like this. A stocky plant with a thick stem is like a building with a solid foundation. It can support a lot more weight, meaning more branches and way more fruit. A weak, leggy seedling just collapses under the pressure. You are literally building the scaffolding for your future harvest right now, in this little tray. All right, so you've done the hard work. You've raised these perfect little seedlings. It's graduation day. Time to move them into the big leagues, their final home in the garden. But you gotta remember, this is a stressful day for them. So our job is to make that transition as smooth as possible, so they don't even skip a beat and just explode with new growth. Now, this is one of those little details that is so important. Seriously, a lot of people get this wrong. We're used to planting tomatoes deep, right? Well, don't do that with eggplants. Burying the stem is like an open invitation for rot, and that will either kill the plant or stunt it so badly you get nothing. Planting it level with the soil, that's the key. It lets the plant get established fast and start pumping all its energy into making you a ton of food.
Think of this as your pre-flight checklist for transplant day. Every single one of these points is about preventing problems later. I mean, putting in your stakes or cages now, that might seem like a small thing, but it means you're not stabbing into the roots in a few weeks when the plant is huge. And healthy roots mean a healthy plant that can suck up all the nutrients it needs to make big, beautiful eggplants for you. A little work now saves you a lot of lost harvest later.
And this tip, tip number 6, goes right back to that key idea. Eggplants are heat lovers. They hate cold feet. So pre-warming the soil, maybe with some black plastic for a few days, is like rolling out a warm red carpet for their roots. They hit that warm soil and just take off, establishing so much faster. And what does that get you? It gets you flowers earlier, which means fruit earlier, which means a longer picking season. That's how you really ramp up your total harvest.
Okay, so your plant is in the ground, it's happy, it's growing like crazy. Awesome! Our job now changes. We go from being a nurturer to being a coach. We need to manage the plant's growth and basically convince it to focus all its energy on one thing, making fruit, not just a giant bush of leaves.
All right, now for a tip that is going to feel completely wrong. I get it. You've waited all this time, you see that very first beautiful flower, and what am I about to tell you to do? Pinch it off. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, but trust me, let's break down why this one tiny sacrifice leads to a way bigger reward later. So here's the logic. Think of your young plant like a brand new factory. If it tries to start production on day 1, it puts all its resources into making that one single product, and the factory itself never gets any bigger. But if you pinch off that first flower, you're basically telling the plant, hold on, don't start production yet, build a bigger factory first. And that's exactly what it does. It puts that energy into more leaves, a bigger root system, a bigger factory that can then pump out way more fruit for the rest of the season.
And this chart shows you exactly what to prune, and it's all about one simple idea. You want every single leaf on that plant to be a high-efficiency solar panel soaking up the sun. So you get rid of the low suckers that just drain energy, you get rid of branches growing inwards into the shade, you open it up, you're letting light hit everything. And more light means more energy, which means more flowers, which, you guessed it, means more eggplants. It's that direct.
So the big idea here, tip number 8, is super powerful. An overgrown, bushy plant is an inefficient plant. It wastes so much energy on leaves that are stuck in the shade. But a well-pruned plant, it's efficient. It directs all that power to a few main branches that are bathed in sunlight. You're trading useless leaves for bigger, better, and more fruit. It's a fantastic trade. Okay, section 5, this is it, the moment we have all been working for, the harvest. But believe it or not, how you harvest is just as important as all the work that came before. Doing this right isn't just about getting one delicious eggplant today. It's about sending a clear signal to the plant to keep the production line rolling all season long.
So check this out. The best ways to tell if an eggplant is ready have nothing to do with size. It's all about quality. You're looking for that glossy, shiny skin. And when you give it a gentle press, it should spring right back. That's peak flavor right there. But here's the kicker. By harvesting at that perfect moment, before the seeds inside get all hard and brown, you're tricking the plant. You're keeping it from thinking its job is done, so it just keeps on making more.
And this number, every 2 to 4 days, this is absolutely critical if you want a massive harvest. Here's why. If you leave a big, ripe eggplant on the vine, the plant basically sends out a memo to all departments saying, okay team, job's done. We made seeds for the next generation. Time to pack it in. But if you pick it frequently, you're sending a totally different message. You're saying, emergency, we need more, keep the factory running. And that simple act is the difference between an okay harvest and one that just keeps going and going. And that's it. That's the eggplant playbook. Every single tip we talked about today works together as a system to get you that huge harvest you're after. But I want to leave you with one final thought. What if this year's success wasn't just a one-off? What if you let just one perfect fruit from your absolute best plant get fully ripe? The seeds inside that one eggplant could become next year's entire crop, a crop that's already perfectly adapted to your garden, your soil. So today's big harvest, well, it could literally be the seed for an even more incredible one next year.